we're recording. There we go. So let's go ahead and do the screen. All right, so we're just going to do a little bit of enhancing. I am now going to be on YouTube. There you go. So again, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this mole here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our Band-Aid tool or the spot healing brush tool. I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger for the size of my mole. Click once, and it's gone. A couple people wanted to remove some of these wrinkles around my eyes. I'm not going to do that. Some people really did not like the fact that I have nose hair. So I'm going to go ahead and remove some of that there. All I'm doing is just clicking. That's it.
I can't get the internet. Sounds like personal problem.
No, there you go, looking pretty good. Alright, and now what we're going to do, what are you doing there? Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of add a filter to like the camera. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the darks of the picture more darker and the lights of the picture more light. And what we're going to do is at the bottom, at that yin-yang symbol at the bottom, or the half moon, or the adjustments icon, right here, looks like a half moon, guys. Click that. We are going to go ahead and go down to levels. And when you click levels, you're going to get something that kind of looks like a mountain range. All right, mine pops out. Yours is going to be docked. All right, on your right-hand side, levels. All right, now the left one is going to make your darkers darker. So we'll bring it down some, and then your right one is going to go ahead and bring out the lighters, like so. So go ahead and find a nice little median in between them. Thanks for following along, buddy. Appreciate it. Just Sim. All right, do it again. We're losing some people. Sim, you ready? Chris B, you ready? I didn't hear a yes. I'm good? Half moon, the adjustments. Go up to levels. The left one, the black little triangle underneath, will darken your image. The white one on the right will lighten the lights of it. Okay? You need to have your layer active. No, what are you doing? Click your layer. Okay, no, stop. Why are you clicking like 17 times, buddy? Just hide. I said click it. Can you click the click? Now go down to your yin-yang symbol. It looks like a half moon. Nope, now you need to click your layer again. Go up to levels. There you go. Black one. No. Down. No. No. This. This one. There you go. See how it's making the picture darker? The darker is dark. Go all the way back to the left. You just want to darken a little bit. Now grab your all the one to the right. Bring it to the left, and it's going to bring the white to the color. So find a nice medium. So you guys can now see, if you turn the eyeball on and off, the difference you've made. Notice it's kind of bringing the detail out a little bit more. Okay? All right, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use that dodge tool again. But I highly encourage you that when you use a dodge tool or you alter anything on the original image, to always make a duplicate of that original image. So since we're going to be using the dodge tool and the burn tool on them, I'm going to go over here to where it says layer 0. I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate the layer. That way, if I do something to the original image and I don't like it, I can always start back over with the original. So right click on layer 0 and duplicate it, hit OK. You'll now have two images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lock one of them. So the one that says layer 0 copy, I'm going to lock it. So that lock appears, and the lock symbol's right here, guys. And I'm going to turn that eyeball off. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate or highlight my layer 0. I'm going to grab that dodge tool, which kind of looks like, in my first period, they say it looks like a sucker. I like to think it looks like a pin. Huh? I'm going to zoom into where my eyes are at. There's two ways you can do this. You can highlight just the whites of the eyes, or you can highlight the actual color of the eyes, or you can do both. All right? And notice at the top, these are your options. You've got exposure, and then you've got shadows, midtones, and highlights. I'm going to leave it as midtones. And I'm going to go ahead and just go over the whites and the colors of my eyes here. So it just brings them out. So you now notice how the eyes stand out a lot more. If you got somebody with a lighter type of eye, it's going to really step out a lot more. You're not going to be able to do it because you completely mess his face up.
I don't know how to do that.
You doing all right over here, Richard? Doing all right, Charles?
Beach it, park.
See, hold on. You're not on the actual layer. You can get on this layer. All you're doing is eyes and do the saturation thing. Okay, that's fine. Remember, just make a duplicate of the original. All right. Remember, if you want to do this dodge and burn tool, you got to be on the layer of him. Okay. Now what we're going to do is if you right-click on that dodge tool, you're going to find one called the burn tool. Now the burn tool, I'm going to show you how extreme it can be. So up here, where it says exposure, the higher the exposure, the more of an effect it's going to have. All right. So if I bring down the exposure, the less effect it will have with one click. So you can actually burn my face if you want to, but I'm going to undo some of that. You can mess with it all if you want to go to shadows, see what it does, as opposed to highlights. The highlights is more of like a gray to it. But what you want to use this burn tool for, so we'll keep mine on midtones and we'll bring my exposure down. You want to go along the curves or the wrinkles of the person. Like here's my nose, around the curves of the nose, kind of just adds more to the effect, brings out detail in the person, makes it more defined. You want to go underneath the lips here. Maybe around the inside of the ear. Lower that. Shadow. There you go. So now, original. Whoops. There's your original. These are your burn tools and your dodge tool you use. And then here's that filter that you added on top of it. All right. So again, these are little things you can add in to your image when you're working with them if you wanted to add a little bit more detail. Sound good? More good.